Hi everyone. So let's do a collective reading to try to capture as much of the energy as we can around us today. So I have 4 tarot decks that we will use to do that. So the Nine of Swords just wanted to show itself. So there could be a certain level of stress around whatever this situation is. But we're starting with the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is generally a very solid and stable type of energy. She's very grounded. And I say she because this is a queen, but you are this Queen of Pentacles regardless of your gender. Anyone can be a queen. But this is someone who generally is very stable and grounded and feels confident and feels like they are in the right place. So it could be that you are maybe feeling some kind of stress around your home or something along those lines, but let's keep going. So then we have the Emperor and the Ten of Wands. So it feels like you are in an environment of just generally one of a lot of responsibilities. The Queen of Pentacles can sometimes be my card for mother. So you could, wow, look at that. There's that Nine of Swords again. So you could be feeling very stressed or burdened, or that you've taken on too many responsibilities for too many other people. Perhaps there are things going on in your home having to do with children or family members. Make it make sense for you, roommates, whatever that is for you. But it may feel like you're doing everything for everyone. And so therefore it's causing you some kind of stress or some kind of mental health issue perhaps, because we did see that Nine of Swords twice in 2 different decks. And there's that 10 of Swords too. Okay, so we had the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands. So it feels to me like something has to give here. But I like that your energy is the Queen of Pentacles, because it does tell me that you're still grounded and rooted and centered, regardless of what else is going on around you or what you're trying to take care of. So we have the Four of Cups, the Two of Swords, King of Wands, Temperance. Underneath, we have the Eight of Swords, Two of Wands, Death. There's the Queen of Pentacles again. This is you just staying steady and grounded through all of it. I like seeing this Four of Swords underneath everything too, because it feels to me that you maybe are so weighed down right now by worries that it feels like the energy around you is one to take a break, just step away from it. You don't necessarily have to stop everything that you're doing, but it is saying to take a break and stop something that you're doing. You don't have to be necessarily going or doing or giving all of the time. This feels like a very draining type of energy that's around you. Someone probably in your home, because it's the Queen of Pentacles, but make it make sense for you. Because this could be job related too. If you have a close group of people that you work with that are stressing you out, or you feel like you're taking on too much responsibility. But I don't really necessarily need to go into those details, because you'll know who this is in your life, that you just feel like you're picking up the slack for too long, for too many people, or for one person for far too long, and it's just backbreaking for you. So this is really just about you being weighed down by something with the Emperor and the 10 of Wands, that really the advice here is for you to just take a step back from it and maybe even start advocating more for yourself. Because you're being asked to focus on maybe what you're not seeing. You're not really, the fours are very stable and balanced emotionally, but I think you're not really seeing that there's a need for you to also take care of yourself. And there's a limiting belief here with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a tricky energy, because these swords are all your thoughts, and your thoughts are kind of keeping you stuck in place, that you feel like you have to do all this work for this person, or you have to take on these responsibilities, or there's no time for you to take care of yourself, those kinds of thoughts. But thoughts are just thoughts. They're not always reality. But when your thoughts become reality, then it turns into an Eight of Swords, where you honestly see yourself as being stuck, even though it's very clear in this card that she is not stuck. But that's the way that this is perceived. So I feel like you're in this energy right now where it's like you kind of know that you have to take care of yourself, but you're genuinely believing that the reality of the situation is there's no time to do it, or how can you do it? You have all these other people that you need to take care of, or this other person's needs always come first. So I do see you feeling kind of lost about how to do that, because you understand that you need a break. You understand that you need to take care of yourself, but you're not really sure how to do that. And so this is why it's saying you don't necessarily have to stop doing all of these things for this person. It's like, do it in chunks. It's like that old expression, like how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, or whatever it is. It's like that. That's the energy that's coming through, that just step back and take a break. Even just resting or taking a break is taking care of yourself. And that's step one. So maybe you're so enmeshed in the situation that you're not really seeing it clearly. In your challenge position, we have 2 twos. We have the 2 of swords and the 2 of wands. So this is very clear, again, that you know you have to make a change, but you're struggling to actually make the change. You're stuck in these twos energies. And so the 2 of swords is about using your intellect and your intuition to solve a problem. And the 2 of wands is about changing your plans altogether. And so again, I feel like you're just stuck. This is a very stuck feeling. These twos, this 8, this 10 of wands. It feels to me like you know something has to give here. You know it's stressing you out so much. We saw those 9 of swords twice. You know you have to make a choice in this decision. You know you have to move on in this decision. But for some reason, it feels to me like you don't feel like you're tough enough, or you don't feel, yeah, I'm not sure yet exactly. In fact, let's get some more cards. But it feels like this whole situation is really breaking you. It's really leaving you heartbroken, or leaving you feeling really burdened in some kind of a way. But yet it's like you're struggling to move forward from it. So there's the Empress. The Empress is very centered and abundant, and that's how you're showing up here. So I feel like you, in fact, this is a different person here. I just got that. So let's get to that in a minute. But you are very centered right now. You are feeling abundant right now. You're grounded, and I felt that, and I saw that with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's not that you don't know what's going on. It's not that you don't have a healthy viewpoint on this. There's something perhaps about this person that keeps you tied to them, or makes you feel like you cannot move on. For some of you, I just got that this is your mother or a parent that you're taking care of, and this person is placing way too much responsibility on you, but you cannot move free from it because you're feeling with the Empress that, but this is my mother. How am I supposed to move on from that? So let's see what else is here. We have metamorphosis, which is death, and we have death here. So I think that you being stuck is not a bad thing, because you are going through a profound change. You're going through some kind of self-awareness here. And I think that you being stuck in this energy of, I can't move forward because I owe this person, or I can't move, what am I supposed to do? This is my mother. Put it in your context, make it make sense with your story. But you are becoming more self-aware about what's real and what's not real. What is your responsibility and what is not your responsibility? What responsibilities can you put back on this person, or boundaries that you can draw? I think you being stuck is helping you go through some kind of a huge metamorphosis, an irreversible change. And I see that because the King of Wands is coming in with death. And this is you becoming a very powerful, confident leader, one who knows how to delegate responsibilities, one who has no problem setting boundaries. So you are metamorphosing from a Queen of Pentacles to a King of Wands. That is what is happening here. We also have the 3 of Rings. So this is about, the 3 of Rings is about collaborations. It is about delegating. It is about those types of energies where you're saying, no, I'm not going to do this for you anymore, but I will do this, this, and that. And you are going to start doing this, this, and the other thing. So hopefully that makes sense. But this is really you learning to just set boundaries and delegate and lead without having to abandon this person. take a step back, ask yourself, what can they do for themselves that I can put down some of these wands, and lead in that way. Even though you know this person is going to resist it, the King of Wands doesn't care. The King of Wands just doesn't take no for an answer. And that's what I see you doing. So this is about you integrating yourself. This is about you finding wholeness within yourself to accept your own inner peace with the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords, because you need it more than ever now. We saw those Nine of Swords twice. This is about you finding inner peace, but also not abandoning a situation that you feel like you want to be involved in. This is really just a matter of how much responsibility do you need to take on. And in your potential final outcome, I see Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles again. Okay, so this is a very practical and generous energy. This is the two of you coming to some kind of a compromise. Temperance is about compromise. It's about having that aha moment that this is how this is going to work. And this person that you're dealing with, I think, is more practical and perhaps more generous than you think they are. But right now, they are in a needy state of mind. And as long as you continue to feed that, they're going to continue to be that. But once you start delegating and saying, nope, this is what you're going to do, this is what I'm going to do, I think you're going to find that these energies will balance faster than you may have anticipated. So there you go. That is our collective reading. Will you please let me know how this resonated for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.